Hello everyone, welcome back with another video. Mankind has shared a powerful bond with dogs ever since we first learned how to train them for work and survival. Throughout history, they have hunted alongside us, guarded our homes, and helped herd livestock. Today, their roles have evolved, but their loyalty has not. Dogs now work with law enforcement to track criminals, detect hidden drugs, and most importantly, remain our faithful companions. The following stories highlight just how extraordinary that loyalty can be. From standing by their owners in life or death moments to putting themselves in danger without hesitation. These dogs prove one thing again and again. When it matters most, they don't run away, they run toward danger. 10. Asthma Attack Hero. In Cleckheaton, England, a 9-year-old Jack Russell named Jess became an unexpected lifesaver after her owner suffered a severe asthma attack. One day, Rebecca Brooks suddenly began struggling to breathe, coughing uncontrollably as panic set in. Sensing something was seriously wrong, Jess sprang into action. She ran to another room, found Rebecca's inhaler, and brought it straight back to her. After recovering, Rebecca wanted to test whether it was just luck. She hid the inhaler in a different place and coughed slightly again. Once more, Jess immediately searched the house, located the inhaler, and delivered it without hesitation. Even more impressively, when Rebecca's father tried the same trick pretending to cough, Jess wasn't fooled. She recognized he was fine and didn't respond. From that day on, Jess became more than a pet. She started helping with everyday tasks like fetching keys, shoes, and even the mail. 9. Rattlesnake Encounter. In Anthem, Arizona, a routine hike turned into a life-or-death moment for Paula Godwin and her golden retriever, Todd. While walking along a trail, Todd suddenly noticed a rattlesnake hidden in the path, right where Paula was about to step. In an instant, the snake struck, but Todd jumped in front of his owner and took the bite directly to his snout. Panicked, Paula rushed him to an emergency animal hospital, hoping he would survive. Against the odds, Todd pulled through and made a full recovery. His bravery quickly went viral online, and thousands of people followed his story. A fundraising campaign was even created in his honor to help other pets and owners facing similar dangers from venomous wildlife. 8. Home Invasion Hero. In Louisville, Kentucky, a rescue dog named Layla proved that sometimes the ones we save end up saving us right back. Layla had once been found in terrible condition, underweight and covered in fleas and ticks, until Kelsey Leachman took her in and gave her a second chance at life. Years later, Layla returned that kindness in the most unexpected way. One evening, while Kelsey and Layla were at home watching TV, Layla suddenly became alert and uneasy. She ran into the kitchen barking aggressively. When Kelsey went to check, she was shocked to find an intruder inside her home. The situation escalated quickly. The man attacked Kelsey, but Layla didn't hesitate. She lunged at him, barking and biting at his legs, giving Kelsey just enough time to break free and escape. Layla chased the intruder out of the house, forcing him to flee before police arrived. Kelsey later said she would never have survived the situation without her dog's bravery. 7. House Fire Hero. In Bastrop County, Texas, a family thought it was just another quiet night after adopting a dog named Chrome in 2017. But around 1 a.m., everything changed. Chrome suddenly woke his owner, Laura Smith, and refused to leave her side. At first, she didn't understand why, until she realized the terrifying truth. Their home was on fire. Without hesitation, Chrome sprang into action again. After alerting Laura, he ran through the house to wake her 2 young sons, making sure no one was left behind. Thanks to his quick response, the entire family escaped just in time before the fire completely consumed their home. Officials later suspected faulty electrical wiring may have caused the blaze, but the damage was so severe that the exact cause was never confirmed. Firefighters arrived 11 minutes later, but by then, Chrome had already done their job. The family was later supported by a local church and community donations, while Chrome was honored with food, treats, and a certificate recognizing his heroic bravery and love. 6. Trapped under a quad bike. In rural central Queensland, a 56-year-old man faced a terrifying night after his quad bike rolled over, trapping him beneath it on a remote property. Unable to move and exposed to freezing conditions, he spent the entire night stuck in place, slowly suffering from hypothermia. But he wasn't alone. His loyal cattle dog stayed by his side the entire time, keeping him warm and refusing to leave him. The next morning, a neighbor riding nearby spotted the overturned bike and immediately called for help. Emergency crews arrived and confirmed something incredible. Without the dog's presence, the man may not have survived the night. A rescue helicopter airlifted both the man and his canine companion to safety. The dog, believed to be a Smithfield Cross, even appeared calm and friendly during the flight, as if nothing unusual had happened. 5. Bear attack sacrifice. In Black Mountain, North Carolina, what started as a simple morning routine turned into a nightmare for Tiffany Merrill and her tiny toy poodle, Pickle. The moment the door opened, a massive bear charged into the home, far larger and more powerful than anything they could fight. In fear, Tiffany tried to protect her children and hide, but Pickle didn't retreat. Instead, the small dog did the unthinkable. He confronted the bear head-on. Outside the house, the tiny poodle and the massive predator clashed in a desperate struggle. Pickle fought bravely, trying to distract the bear and protect his family. The bear eventually retreated, but the victory came at a devastating cost. Pickle suffered fatal injuries and did not survive. He had given everything to save his owner. Tiffany survived with minor injuries, but the memory of her little dog's final act of bravery stayed forever. 4. Pneumonia rescue. In Ottawa, Canada, Jane Laverne was already battling a serious lung disease and relied on an oxygen tank just to breathe. One night, her condition worsened. Struggling for air, she moved downstairs to rest on the couch, hoping it would help her breathe more easily. But the next morning, everything took a dangerous turn. As she tried to get up for a glass of water, Jane suddenly collapsed and lost consciousness. That's when her small Yorkie Pomeranian mix, Noah, sprang into action. Sensing something was wrong, Noah ran upstairs and began barking loudly at the bedroom door, desperately trying to wake Jane's husband, Ken. At first confused, Ken eventually woke up and rushed downstairs, only to find his wife unresponsive on the couch. He immediately called emergency services. Jane was rushed to the hospital, where doctors diagnosed her with pneumonia, which, combined with her existing lung condition, had pushed her into critical danger. Doctors later said she was only minutes away from not surviving the collapse. Thanks to Noah's persistence, Jane's life was saved. 3. Carbon monoxide danger. In Lakeview, New York, a pit bull named Ruby proved that sometimes the smallest warning can prevent the biggest disaster. Ruby, a trained therapy dog, suddenly began barking nonstop one night for nearly an hour and a half. Her owners, Roneen and Chris Ando, knew immediately that something wasn't right. Ruby was calm and well-trained. She didn't bark like this without reason. When they began searching for the cause, they noticed a strange smell in the air. Propane. A newly installed basement heater had begun leaking carbon monoxide, a silent, invisible killer. Realizing the danger just in time, the couple quickly evacuated their home before the situation became life-threatening. It was Ruby's relentless barking that gave them the warning they needed to escape in time. 2. Saving hikers, Nanook the Husky. In Girdwood, Alaska, along the dangerous 24-mile Crow Pass Trail, a husky named Nanook became something more than a pet. He became a lifesaver. Nanook was known for wandering the trail, even learning its full route by heart. His owner, Scott Swift, was so used to it that he barely worried when Nanook disappeared on hikes. But one day, Nanook's instincts led him to a life-or-death rescue. A student named Amelia Milling fell nearly 600 feet down an icy mountain during a solo hike. Injured and stranded, she was in critical danger. Then, out of nowhere, Nanook appeared. He stayed by her side, guided her back towards safer ground, and refused to leave her. Later, when she fell again near a river crossing, Nanook helped her stay afloat and reach the other side. Weak and freezing, Amelia triggered her emergency SOS device, unsure if she would survive. Nanook stayed with her, even licking her face to keep her conscious until rescue teams arrived by helicopter. Remarkably, Nanook had no formal training as a rescue dog. He was simply a pet who chose to help. Since then, multiple hikers have reported being helped by him, earning Nanook the unofficial title, Crow Pass Guide Dog. 1. Car crash survival. In Cape Breton Island, Nova Scotia, Charles Bailey was already at risk. He had suffered a concussion just days before getting behind the wheel. While driving through New Waterford, he suddenly blacked out. His truck veered off the road, hit a telephone pole, and rolled violently several times before coming to rest deep in the woods. Unconscious and alone, Bailey remained trapped inside the wreck for nearly 10 hours. But he wasn't completely alone. His dog, Dallas, stayed right by his side through the entire ordeal, providing warmth and preventing severe frostbite in the freezing conditions. Eventually, Dallas ran along the roadside, catching the attention of a passerby. That moment led rescuers straight to the crash site. Bailey was rushed to the hospital with serious injuries, including a brain hemorrhage, spinal fracture, and frostbite damage. Doctors confirmed he survived a critical, life-threatening situation, and many believe he only made it through because his loyal dog never left him. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more.